Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. As you can tell from today's title, we're going to be talking about my top 5 must-have cherry fragrances. You guys know it's fall time, okay? And I feel like fall and winter time is when I like to pull out my cherry notes fragrances. I feel like they just thrive in the fall and winter months. So if you guys are interested in seeing what my 5 favorite cherry perfumes are, then just go ahead and keep watching. Alrighty, let's just go ahead and jump into it. The first fragrance that I absolutely, you guys, this fragrance, it's a combination of 2 fragrances, but when I tell you, smells so freaking good. The first fragrance I'm talking about is by Oakcha, and this is actually the collaboration that they did with Paul Reacts from TikTok, and they created Miss Girl. This fragrance is supposed to be Lost Cherry and Baccarat Rouge 540 together, and when I tell you, I mean, if you guys have those separately and you've never mixed them together, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But this is basically that and even better. Let me go ahead and read you guys the notes for this because it is so good. The top notes are bitter almond, sour black cherry, and saffron. The middle notes are going to be warm tobacco, jasmine sambac, rose, and tonka bean. And the base notes are moss, sandalwood, amber, vanilla, and caramel. If you want to smell sexy, warm, just juicy, oh, this is such a good cherry fragrance. Like, they did such a good job. And when I tell you, even if you mix those two, if you have Baccarat Rouge 540 and Lost Cherry and you mix them together, I don't think you're gonna get this. They created this and added like a twist to it. It smells really good. Like when you first spray it, you get that cherry. Like the cherry is in this fragrance throughout the entire fragrance, but it mixes with that saffron and you get that vanilla and the caramel and the rose and it's just a gorgeous cherry fragrance. If you love cherry as a fragrance, if you've not tried this, please get your hands on this. And it's super duper inexpensive. Oakcha is a brand that creates inspired by fragrances of, like, you know, designer houses or niche fragrances. They're a very affordable a fragrance brand. This fragrance is actually $50 and you get 1.7 ounce of product for $50. And when I tell you, it lasts so long. Like, you're getting a full day out of this, 8 hours plus. Smells super duper sexy, super duper warm, super inviting. It gives that cherry note, you get that juiciness. Like, it's just a perfect fall fragrance, and I highly recommend for you guys to get your hands on this or just smell it. It's $50, okay? You don't have much to lose. It's definitely worth more than $50 in my opinion. This is a beautiful scent. If you love cherry, if you love Baccarat Rouge 540, if you love Lost Cherry, if you like them separately and you've just never thought of putting them together or just how it would smell, honestly, if you have either or, I think you would enjoy this fragrance. And this is a good fragrance, I feel like, for someone to get who is a little bit iffy about cherry, because I feel like it's blended really well with the other notes. And it just works perfectly. So definitely get your hands on Oakcha's Miss Girl because this fragrance is a beautiful baby. Next fragrance I'm gonna talk about is one of my favorite fragrance houses. Comment down below and let me know if you know which fragrance house I'm talking about. I'm gonna pause, see if you guys know. I am talking about Kayali's Lovefest Burning Cherry. This perfume came out, I wanna say last year. And oh my God, this is like a more woody cherry kind of vibe. The Oakcha's Miss Girl is like more juicy. It's a little bit sweeter. This one isn't as sweet. It just has a more woody like depth to it. This fragrance is so good. The Lovefest Burning Cherry is a beautiful cherry fragrance. Let me go ahead and read you guys the notes. The top notes for Lovefest Burning Cherry are gonna be burning cherry, of course, raspberry, and bergamot. Middle notes are praline, heliotrope, damask rose, and jasmine sambac. And the base notes are Palo Santo, tonka bean, guaiac wood, ambrette, pear blossom, patchouli, and Haitian vetiver. So this fragrance, it's a cherry that's more, yeah, it's like a more woody cherry. Like, you definitely get that cherry for sure in the fragrance, but it's more of like a woody, dry, like not so much jammy. Like this cherry, it's like slightly, just slightly medicinal. Like it opens up with the medicinal cherry note, but it's not bad though because it blends really, really well with the other notes. Like, oh yeah, this is definitely deep. It's woody. So if you're into like woody scents and you love cherry, Lovefest Burning Cherry will be such a great fragrance for you guys to try out. That Palo Santo and that Guaiac wood adds that depth to the fragrance. It also has warm, like gourmand notes. It's really, really beautiful. If you guys have never gotten your hands on this, I feel like it's a really good cherry fragrance to try out. I feel like if you've never really tried out cherry and you're into woody fragrances, you're into more deeper, warmer fragrances, you would enjoy Lovefest Burning Cherry by Kayali because it gives you just that. You get the cherry, you get the woodiness, you get a little sweetness. It's really smooth. It's perfect for this time of year. Oh, I could just keep smelling it. Oh, it smells so good. I haven't worn it in a while, but I love to wear it during fall and winter. This gets used and abused around this time of year. As you can see, this is a dent that I have on it. I got it last year, but I haven't picked it up since maybe February. So she's about to start getting worn again because it is fall, it is cool, it's cooling down, and it is time for the cherry fragrances to shine, and this is one to have in your collection in my opinion. It's beautifully done and I think it is a great cherry fragrance to check out. Next fragrance is going to be from the same fragrance house. We might as well just stick with it since we're already here. This one is a beast, okay? It is a beast. She is here to make a statement. She is here to command a room. She is here to be known. And I am talking about no other than Kayali's Invite Only. You guys, this is a different kind of cherry, okay? This is a boss cherry. Like, out of the cherry fragrances that I'm talking about today, this is the one that's like, oh yeah, she's commanding the room, okay? This is a beautiful, sexy, very, 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 very complex scent that is blended so well. I love this fragrance for fall and winter, especially winter, like brick cold weather. This, give it to me. Serve it to me on a platter. It is so good. Let me read you guys the notes of Invite Only by Kayali. Be prepared because this has a lot of notes. The top notes are tobacco leaf, sour cherry, honey, chocolate, and hazelnut. Middle notes are cinnamon, May rose, damask rose, and citrus leaf. And the base notes are amber, oud, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood, cypriol oil, patchouli, and musk. So this has a cherry note at the top, but I wanted to mention this fragrance because I feel like the cherry stays throughout the fragrance. Even though it is a top note, you definitely get a lot of all the notes, but it still gives cherry throughout the fragrance. Invite Only, God, how do I even explain Invite Only? This, okay, so when you first spray it, you are definitely getting that tobacco and that cherry. Like, you have, I would say one thing about this fragrance, you have to enjoy those really deep, heavy notes. If you like tobacco, if you like cinnamon, if you like oud, if you like patchouli, I don't really pick up on the patchouli like that. I definitely pick up on the oud, the tobacco for sure, and the cinnamon, as well as the hazelnut. I wouldn't say this is like a boozy fragrance. It's not really boozy to me. To me, it's very smoky. It's very tobacco-ish. That oud really gives it that like deep, sexy vibe. But that cherry, like that cherry stays throughout the fragrance. It's not super duper like a cherry. Like, it's not like an overall cherry fragrance because it has so many other like decadent, very heavy notes, but you still get that cherry, hint of cherry throughout the fragrance. So if you are into very deep, very sexy, very smoky, a little sweet, a little woody kind of fragrance, but you want that cherry vibe to it, Invite Only will definitely be one to check out for sure. This is a beast. When I tell you this is gonna last on you for a week. Hopefully you're showering, okay? So you take it off, but this is gonna last on you and your clothes till you wash it off, okay? This is one that is a beast. So I would say tread lightly if you are not into super duper heavy, stronger perfumes. I don't know if this would be for you. I would say sample it first before getting it. I love it though. I think it's definitely worth it. One of the best fragrances from Kayali in my opinion. As far as longevity goes, it's one of the best. And as far as the smell goes, it's one of the best. You guys know my fragrance taste. You already know, we don't even have to get into it. So this is definitely my vibe. It's my kind of boss cherry fragrance. If you are wanting something that's going to command the room, if you're wanting something that's going to make a statement, if you just want to smell sexy and just smell absolutely beautiful this fall and winter, you have to get your hands on Invite Only by Kayali, because this is one of those statement fragrances. You don't even need to explain yourself. Just period. That's it. That's it. This is definitely one to have in your collection this fall and winter. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is actually one that is newer to the fragrance community. It's a newer launch and it is beautiful. It is a gorgeous cherry fragrance. You guys have probably already seen me talk about it in my fall perfume must-haves video. I will link it above. If you've not watched it, go watch that video. If you want to smell good this season, you need to watch that video. That's all I'm going to say. But the fragrance that I'm talking about is by 7 Virtues, and this is Cherry Ambition. Ooh, you guys, this is cherry, this is saffron, this is marshmallow, this is vanilla. It's a beautiful take on a cherry note. This is definitely different from the first 3 that I talked about because it has a more sweeter vibe to it in my opinion, but that saffron really grounds it as well. It's weird. It's like a little bit of everything. Let me read you guys the notes for Cherry Ambition. The top notes are going to be cherry, pink pepper, and mandarin, and marshmallow. Middle notes are cherry blossom, osmanthus, orris, and saffron. And the base notes are vanilla, amber, musk, frankincense, and guaiac wood. So the best way I would describe 7 Virtues Cherry Ambition compared to the other cherries, let me just spray it. Okay. So this cherry in this fragrance is definitely, it's more of like a jammy cherry. It's very juicy. It's like jelly. Like when you think, you know, when you open up grape jelly, or it's like a jammy kind of cherry. So it's definitely syrupy. It's more sweeter, I would say, because it has notes. You have vanilla, you have marshmallow, you have some sweet notes in here. But it also has depth. So I would say if you're looking for a fragrance that has a cherry, if you're looking for a cherry fragrance that is a bit more sweeter, but also has like a depth to it, but it's not too deep, then this would be one to check out. Like, it's not like Invite Only. Like, there's not a lot of super duper heavy notes in this fragrance, I would say. I would say the heaviest notes, honestly, would be the saffron, the guaiac wood, and the frankincense. That definitely gives it the sexiness. Like, in the dry down, it gives it like a beautiful, not woody, but like, it's like smoky, but like sweet. I don't know how to describe it. This is definitely a sweeter cherry fragrance, but it's not too sweet. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's a perfect amount of cherry, in my opinion. It smells really, really, really good, and it wears really well. You definitely get an all-day wear from this. You smell the cherry throughout the entire fragrance. It does fade away a little bit towards like the end of the day. After like the 6-7 hour mark, you kind of smell it faintly, but you still smell cherry throughout the fragrance. And once it dries down, it really gets into that vanilla, that amber. Ooh, that frankincense. It smells so good. This is a great, great fragrance. And it's definitely, in my opinion, it's a great cherry fragrance. It's a really good launch. This is my only fragrance from 7 Virtues. I've never tried anything else from them, and I'm so happy with this fragrance. They did a great job, and I think it is one to check out if you are a cherry lover. Get your hands on Cherry Ambition, because I guarantee you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. If you like it, if you like cherry, you're gonna love this. That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely get your nose on this because it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Alrighty, and the last fragrance I'm gonna talk about that is a cherry fragrance that I absolutely love and that is actually affordable is one that you can get from Target. It's from the perfume brand Finery, and I love this brand. They have a lot of good fragrances. If you guys have not seen them at Target yet, or if you haven't gotten a chance to smell it, go to your local Target. I'm sure it's at all Targets now. They have a lot of selections to choose from. And the fragrance that I'm gonna talk about is the one that's called Not Another Cherry. I don't actually have the fragrance. I had smelt it in store a couple times. every time I go in store, it's sold out, okay? So I haven't been able to get it. I'm gonna order it online, but I know how it smells and it smells so good. I had to mention it in this video, and it's affordable. It's $29, so you cannot beat it. You cannot go wrong. But Not Another Cherry is a beautiful fragrance. It's supposed to be a take on Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but in my opinion, it doesn't smell exactly like it. I feel like this is a bit more creamier. It's a bit more nuttier. It's not as smoky. I feel like Tom Ford's Lost Cherry is a bit more like the smoky vibe, in my opinion. There's not a lot of notes in this fragrance either, so it's kind of straight to the point. It smells the same throughout the entire fragrance, but it wears really, really, really well. The notes for Finery's Not Another Cherry is gonna be cherry, almond, amaretto, and Turkish rose. That's it. There's 4 notes and that is it. But it smells really, really beautiful. You definitely get that cherry. You get that nuttiness. It's creamy, it's sweet, but you get that cherry and it's affordable, okay? Out of all the fragrances I've talked about, this is the most affordable, and I feel like this is the most user-friendly, in my opinion. So, and it's at Target. Like, everyone lives by Target. I would assume that everyone lives by Target. If you want to try out cherry, or if you are kind of tiptoeing into like, what does cherry smell like in perfumes, go to Target, smell Not Another Cherry, and see if you like it. If you don't like it, I don't think cherry is for you. But if you love it, definitely grab it if you can get your hands on it, because like I said, it's always out of stock wherever I go. I have to order it online, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful cherry fragrance, and I think you guys would definitely enjoy it, and it will be perfect for this fall and winter months. So definitely check it out if you are wanting a budget-friendly cherry fragrance that smells absolutely divine. All right, you guys, that is it. Those are my top 5 must-have cherry fragrances that I have or that I've smelled. I've smelled more cherry fragrances, but like I said, cherry is a newer note that I'm kind of, you know, starting to appreciate more. So I don't have that many cherry fragrances in my collection yet. But the ones that I do get, they have to stand out, and I have to really like it because, like I said, I wasn't always a fan of cherry. So these I love. And when I tell you, you guys already know, I do not recommend something that is not 10 out of 10. You guys have to get your noses on these 5 cherry perfumes because I feel like they are beautiful. I feel like there's something in here for any kind of cherry lover, in my opinion, because there's different ways. There's a different way to take a cherry note. It can go a lot of ways in perfumes, and all of these fragrances, they don't smell the same. They are all different in their own ways, but I feel like they are all beautifully done and will work perfectly for the fall and winter months. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you love fragrance content from me, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite cherry fragrance is. Maybe I have one. Maybe you guys can recommend some that I've never tried out, probably never even heard of, so definitely let your girl know. I will also make sure that I link all these fragrances in the description box down below so you guys can check them out. I highly recommend every single one of them. They smell absolutely amazing. I try to give you guys all different price points, but honestly, I think everything is under $100. Maybe 120. I think invite only might be like 120, but everything in here should be under $100 for you guys to get. So make sure you guys pick them up for this fall season if you are wanting to smell scrumdiddly yum yum, okay? If you want to smell delicious, these are the fragrances for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you scroll down below and you tap that subscribe button so you can join the family. And while you're there, also hit that notification bell so you're notified when your girl will be uploading next. Thanks once again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Mwah. Bye.